Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duelist video. Let's hope I do better in this video, because quite frankly, that last duel was, that last video was just, it was just disaster after disaster, so let's hope I do better now. I don't want Carly's fortunes to be right too much, because that's bad. Also, they're just fortunes, they're supposed to be bullshit. Oh, I said the word bullshit and Kaiba showed up. He must agree that fortunes are bullshit. Well, yes, of course he does. Dark. Okay, well that's not too much of a surprise. I mean, you're not playing Dark Side of the Dimensions Kaiba, that's usually the Kaiba people play. This means that there's a higher chance of me destroying you. Because you're not playing Dark Side Dimensions Kaiba and your attribute is Dark. Okay, we'll see about that. We'll see if you can win with Dark. You know, what if he's using Phantom Knights? Are Phantom Knights Dark attribute? I actually don't know the answer to this. Which is kind of embarrassing, and also I'm really not summoning YouTube. I am not summoning him. Though he might show up anyway, because who the hell cares? Everyone just hears their name and they're like, oh, you want to duel? And half the time, I'm like, no. Alright. I want to know his deck. Mystical Space Typhoon. Okay, well, messing with... I turned my button off and he got rid of it. I mean, not the button, the card that... Okay. What? Why did I not think this could be a possibility? Why did I go straight to... I don't even know. Why did I not guess this? I guess that's because Kaiba isn't known for using Dark Magician. I guess because I just don't really see that as being in character. I don't know, though. I mean, who cares if this guy's in character? Who cares? I mean, obviously, people play whatever they want as the characters they want to play as. It really isn't a big deal. It's not a big deal, but this does mean I could lose because of all kinds of reasons. Okay, your trap activates. What are you going to do now? Are you going to get rid of my cards now, Kaiba? You're known for doing that. Okay. Really? It's still my main phase. Do I actually want to go through with this? It's probably not the best idea. I'm not going to go that far. I will attack this card and then another card. Is he going to do something oh god. He can do something, I'm not sure what it is because I'm not reading these. Yeah, and then I question why I lose. Alright, well, it's your move, Kaiba. What are you going to do against me? I'm usually out of character, to be honest. So you set a card, and I assume you're going to summon something. Are you able to use polymerization by any chance? Are you able to Xyz summon? That would be bad. Okay. To be fair, I don't think this is good for me. Oh, shit. You dare defy me? I'm the one that should win, not you. Not you at all. Aren't you the Kaiba that created Duel Academy? Oh god, everyone... Yeah, he created Duel Academy on an island with a volcano, and that's the worst I've got in terms of roasting material. I can't think of anything else. That's all I can think of. And seriously, I can't do better. I mean, sure, he loses against Yami Yugi, but how's that a roast? How is that a roast? It's not a roast. So many other characters lose against him. It's not like it's just Kaiba. Okay, and he could do anything in response to this. Okay, I'm going to wait for a second to see if he does anything. Alright, he chose not to do anything, but this is... Well, it probably means that if I attack, I'm screwed, but he can activate something, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, really, he's going to do whatever he does, so I'm just going to... Okay, I see. Right. No! Okay. Alright, fine. I'm ending my turn. It's over. I know that I have lost. Now get away from me. I don't want to talk to you again. At least not right now. I mean, maybe we can talk again sometime, but obviously not right now. The volcano on the island isn't active yet, so no one has to panic, and you don't have to tell anyone about the casualty. Oh god. I'm the one that tells get out of... No, you get out of my sight. I said that to you first. I said that to you first. Yeah, just, seriously, this is disgusting. Oh god. Okay, well. Okay, I guess I've had some luck somewhere, and this is just where my luck is gone for the time being, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just I had to pay the cost sometimes, every now and then. When I have good luck, I had to suffer in other... What? Okay, listen, dude. I may have said your name, but that doesn't mean I want to duel you. But alright, fine. I'll duel you. Because you showed up, and I duel everyone that just... What? Are you using a Blue Eyes deck? It would be weird if he is. Okay, he should know what's in my hand anyway, because every card... I assume this is the attribute card. I assume everyone here gets it. Alright, I'm going to do some shit. Light attribute. I associate that attribute mainly with Kaiba. Also there's Kite. Yami Yugi, are you using... Oh god, please don't. And then, when I click... No, I'm not trying to summon Kite, okay? It's just... I don't know. I just talked about Yami Yugi, and then he just showed up. He showed up like he heard me. How does this happen? It's random. It's random. And okay, listen. If there's anyone that's going to show up a billion times, no matter how old the game is, it's Yami Yugi. He's going to show up a lot, no matter how long this game lasts. There are a large percentage of players that just don't give a shit about changing to anyone else. Oh, right. I'm one of them, apparently. I am not changing which character I'm playing as. Although sometimes I do duel with other people, but whenever it comes to PvP... Oh, okay. I see. I'm not sure if I prefer this. I don't really know much about this archetype. I know I've lost against it. I've lost against most decks, to be honest, including my own. I've lost a hero. I've lost a hero dex of all variations. All variations. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Okay, and it's my turn, and you know what I know he's going to... Dude, I'm not dumb enough to believe that you can't summon anything on my turn. I know you're going to summon something, so do it. Unless, of course, you have Kite Roid, which, of course, you could use that, but why would you? I see. Okay, I'm gonna put a card on the field, and, you know, you activate a continuous... Okay. Go ahead. You special summon a monster. Okay. And your monster's effect act... Oh, shit. The game is lagging a bit. Okay. He got rid of my card. How dare he do that? Yes, how dare he try to win. Yes, that is such a sin. Alright, I won! Good. Good, I'm getting justice. Yes, this is exactly what justice looks like. Oh my god. My warped logic is going to be destroyed. It's going to destroy me one of these days. People are going to hear something I said. They're going to blow it out of context and think I'm a terrible person. And I'm not perfect. There's shit I've said that I'm sure that I didn't want to say. And things that I'm probably just going to be like, why the hell did I say that? Why? But then there's just the fact that, well, sometimes things are just not as easy as you think they are. Sometimes control what leaves your mouth isn't as easy as it sounds. On paper, you think, yes, pay attention before you say this shit. But then things get gray, very, very gray, very fast. You just never know what is going through someone's head, what they're dealing with. You don't know this shit. You don't know this shit, and you don't know why someone said what they said, and also you don't know if it just left their mouth on impulse. You don't even know if someone is entirely okay when they say it. I've said shit on this channel that I'm sure I wish I didn't. But the thing is, are you using Infernoids because that's your username? Anyway, I hope he's not using Infernoids because, well, I don't want my opponent to be too predictable. I say as he's playing Declan, and obviously I know what to expect from Declan because why else would I expect it? I wouldn't expect it. I don't mind though, because when it's Declan, I can just use super polymerization on his ass if I draw it. But only if I draw it. That's the catch. I have to draw it. And I have to last long enough to use it. There's that too. Anyway, moving on. I was talking about just saying shit that I probably wish I didn't. But, I mean, I've just gone through so much that I don't really have very many places to go to. And, okay, that's not a very good defense. But, in all fairness, I'd just like you to humor me for a second and consider that there are things we don't know there are things we aren't doing as well as a species. We still have a lot to learn as a species, okay? And because we have a lot to learn, we can't just fix everything that's an issue. There may be issues, but that doesn't mean we can fix them just because we know about them. And there are many ways in which we can learn and continue to grow, but you can't force that shit. You cannot force people to grow before it's time. And you can't make the human species do something if it currently can't. That's not how real life works. So, you see, there are things in life that I just can't expect to be possible. Because that's not where we are in life. And I have to be okay with that. Because, well, if it's not possible, it just isn't possible. And that's just how things are. And now, can I attack? Okay, my effect is not active. Okay, sure. But yeah, basically it just comes down to the fact that there are things that we still haven't learned. And because we haven't learned that shit, I can't necessarily pick the appropriate way when there's not necessarily an appropriate way to approach things. I feel like there are things I've done that I'd rather not have said. Like all the times I've talked about my sister and all the things she's done. I feel like I probably shouldn't have said all of that on the internet, but what are humans supposed to do? Like, she has an advanced level of trauma that I don't think we can treat right now. I don't think we can treat that level of trauma, and I don't think I can't hold it against. I can't even call it the healthcare system's fault, and because we don't know how to treat trauma that bad. And my sister doesn't even believe she's a problem. She's one of those at 14. And she was also one of those last year when I was just 30. That's not good. That's bad. She's always been like this as far as I'm aware. My mom has been doing her best, but it doesn't seem to be working out. And I don't like having to badmouth people or vent in the way that I vent, but it's just what it is sometimes. It's not really possible to tell me how to do something if we're not advanced enough to do something about it. There is no appropriate way. The nuance is just too complicated. My opponent surrendered. He's tired of hearing my shit. To be fair, I think everyone is. But yeah, I just don't think it's possible for me to know how to navigate a situation that most people will never be in. And also, let's factor in a lot of the other variables that are unique to just me. And then things begin to become more complicated. More and more complicated. Things just spiral out of control fast. Because there's the trauma that's so advanced that we can't treat it yet. And then there's everything else, like the fact I've also experienced trauma. My primitive functions have been triggered. I don't think that my fight or flight response is quite as bad as it could be. It's just on high alert. It's like there appears to be a threat in the area. We aren't entirely sure yet, but stay on guard. Yeah, it's like something like that. But it also seems like I really believe that my sister is in fact a safety threat, and I'm making sure that I'm prepared if she ever reveals that she truly is. The problem, though, is she's not as threatening as I'm perceiving her to be. Could she prove me wrong? Yes, she could, but is she likely to? No, she's traumatized. She doesn't want to do anything that's actually going to hurt me. Not necessarily, But I'm just like, dear God. This is the main thing I'm worried about on my channel, by the way, just the fact I vent about her. I vent about her, and I don't usually feel bad about it, but some shit has come to the surface where I'm just like, why do I feel bad about this shit that I'm not even part of? I'm not part of it. Why? Why do I feel awful and like trash? Anyway, I know that I don't have to, but it's just, sometimes people are awful. Sometimes people are just garbage, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not saying my sister is garbage, I'm saying the people that traumatized her are. And she thinks she's only been traumatized here in the US. Okay, sure. Now, I'm sure that people can observe that she is very clearly adopted. This isn't to be insulting, by the way. It's a standard observation that she is adopted, and it's obvious. And it's not to insult her. It's a fact that she doesn't share my skin color or my mom's, and that's fine. But we know, everyone knows she's adopted just on that basis because her skin color is different. They know that she was adopted for some reason. There's a reason she was placed in an orphanage. People may not know that reason, but they know there is one. So they know there is a chance that something happened that didn't necessarily involve us. At least not exclusively. I do not believe that my family is perfect. I'm sure we may have done something to traumatize her at some point. But I think that I think that's just because she was traumatized before coming here. And that made it easier to traumatize her as a result. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to help her. For her to be helped, she'd have to acknowledge that she's an issue, which she's refusing to do. At 14, and she did it at 13. Oh God. My mom is trying, but it's not working very well. Now, admittedly, I'm in a similar position where I too haven't necessarily listened. And I'd like to take the time to explain why. I'm very difficult to influence, I'm very stubborn. I think that in some ways I feel like it's dangerous if I just change just because someone wants me to. Now this has backfired on me a lot. And if there's anyone I need to be careful when it comes to speaking to, it's me. People like to say that words are just words and they're harmless. No. I'm here to tell you that words are harmless, and yes, they can do a lot of damage. If you think you think that words cannot do damage because you haven't been damaged severely because of those words. Words cannot harm you. No, they can. Listen. I once thought that words were harmless because we're the ones that give them power. But actually, if you hear something often enough, it will begin to hurt you. And that's the thing. If you hear something often enough, it will begin to hurt you. So words are not harmless, but most of the time they generally will not be as harmful as they could be. If you don't hear it often enough, then they can be less harmful. But it's when you say something over and over and over that words begin to really sting. I have anhedonia, okay, guys? I didn't get it by saying things here and there. I got it by saying things that were very toxic. Mainly towards myself. And about myself. And yes, that was my decision to say those things. But I have anhedonia because I wouldn't stop saying that shit. And it's difficult to believe I've got it, but it's still in a partial state. It's in a partial state. And there is a good reason that anhedonia hasn't crippled my life. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but there is a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. Alright, well, I'm gonna make a third video. I need to be careful because I could run out of space. I've already backed up what I recorded yesterday, and I'll have to do the same for whatever I record today. Anyway, that's going to try things up for this video. I'm going to make a third video before I switch over to Vanguard Zero for the day. I'll see everyone then.